Yo, it's your girl Lex, of course, checking in with the hottest podcast in the city. That's right, and that's Bossing Up with Lex. Big Lex, not the little one. And today we're on Winning Women Wednesdays. That's right, Winning Women Wednesdays. And I got a very, 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 when I tell you very special guest, I have Miss Monae in the building. That's right. She's a marketing genius, a marketing guru. That's right. And she comes to drop a lot of gems today. And we're going to give you guys some really deep conversation about marketing, branding, and understanding business, entrepreneurship. And Miss Monae Business & Co. She's a marketing coach, and I'm going to let her go ahead and drop her gems and introduce herself so you can get to know her better, how you can find her on Instagram, her numbers, contact, website, whatever it is that you guys would like to know. I'm going to let Monae do her specific drop.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Welcome, you guys. I am Monae. Like she said, I am a marketing coach. I also specialize in launch development, and I work with entrepreneurs, helping you with anything marketing, anything launching online. I specialize in launching. I'm also the owner of a marketing agency myself. So yes, I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk all things marketing today.
Thanks so much for that information. So, guys, make sure you follow Miss Monae right now. Hit that follow button on Instagram.
Yes, follow me.
Do you have Snapchat or TikTok? Drop any of those links for the girls as well.
Yes, so I have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of those. My name is the same, Monae Business Co. So very short, sweet and simple, Monae Business and then CO. That's where you can find me.
All right. And today we're going to first start off, I like to ask my questions. I like to first to get comfortable, get to know each other, and of course drop gems at the same time. Marketing is big. Everybody know marketing bring millions. What made you get into the marketing industry?
Yes, I love that question. So for me specifically, I was a mother. I was a mom in 2000. I became a mom in 2019. Mm-hmm. Before becoming a mom, I was already a business owner. I was in the beauty industry. I was a lash tech. Mm-hmm. And I had already had like a clothing line. I had already had, I did makeup. I sold lashes, glasses. Like I have done so many things in the entrepreneur space. And I was only about, 19, 20. So at that time of just already being an entrepreneur, I was like, okay, I know what it takes to keep the business going. So as I was doing it organically, with being a mom and just having that time to sit around the house, I took like a business coaching certification course with the state. And at that point, from there, it was up from there. So marketing, I realized marketing keeps everything going. You can have a really dope business idea, but if the marketing isn't there, the business won't go anywhere. So I just understood the importance of properly marketing yourself. And for me, that was big, like really knowing how to strategically be out there with your business idea and just get the audience to see what you see. Because that's the thing. You can't see my vision, but my marketing, you could see it through my marketing for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it. Love that.
Yes.
So you said you was a lash tech before this marketing. How old were you when you started lashing?
I started doing lashes when I was 18.
18? Okay.
I was 18 when I started doing lashes. I started doing lashes because I got fired from the airport. And I was like, all right, y'all gonna fire me. I already got a class lined up. I was already selling hair at that point. I got fired for selling hair during, like, I was on my laptop during the job. Right. And somebody was like, I see a APA on her laptop. And I was launching my hair company that day. And I got fired the same day. And I had already planned on taking a lash class. So I took a lash class, got into it, and it was amazing. It taught me, it matured me. Like, it really taught me how to teach. It taught me how to just be a people's person, because I wasn't really one before that. So, when you're doing lashes and services, you actually have to listen to people talk, and you just got to do things that took me out of my comfort. So I feel like that was sent, from God. Like, look, you about to get fired. Let me put this in place.
Yeah.
And I did lashes for over 3 years. I educated in multiple cities, Baton Rouge, New Jersey, Jacksonville, Houston, Atlanta. I've done so many classes. I had my own lash product line. So it just taught me business. Like, it really taught me like how to treat people, how to be on time, and like how to really complete that solution, even with getting the products and everything. So yeah,
and
it was an amazing experience.
Yeah. Exactly. That's one of the number one things when it comes to, running a business is having that great customer service.
Yeah.
Being on time. Time is everything. Time is money. That's why when you look up there by that clock, I got that money up there. Time is money. Don't play with my time. And you don't want nobody to play with your time. So it goes vice versa, So with that being said, guys, take your clients serious.
Yeah.
Take their time serious and respect your company and your brands. Those are things that you can, if you guys sitting in front of the televisions or on your live, whatever you're doing and you're watching this, get your notepads and write that down. That's a key point. Time is money. So don't waste anyone's time because you don't want anyone to waste your time.
I agree.
Now, when running an agency, and you're a mom and a fiance, how does that actually work? Is it hard? You find yourself pulling in between? Like,
that's a good question. So for me, I've gotten out of the habit of calling things hard only because I feel like it's a mindset thing. Like, if you can put it to where it is manageable, it's not hard. It's just a lot to manage, right? So I became a mom, like I said, 4 years ago, and I've just become a fiance a couple months ago in July. So with just becoming those two things over the years, of course I've had to be in a relationship for a long time to have become a fiance. So I've been in a relationship, I've been a mom, and for me, like, the biggest thing is time management. Like, if you don't have your time management, you're going to literally sink. So one of the things that I lacked before was time management. So I feel like for me, I'm always in tune with what God trying to tell me. I'm like, these things that, like, time management is not something that I'm only going to need in my marriage or in my, like, for my kid or in my business, but it's what I'm going to need in life. If I'm trying to get in big rooms and I'm trying to, get these different deals and things like that, like, I'm going to have good time management.
Exactly.
So I feel like God prepares me early for what I'm going to need later on in life. And with that being said, like, I had to be a fiance, I had to be a mom to now run a successful business, because all of those things, it taught me how to manage. If I wasn't a mom, I'd just be out here, because before I was a mom, I was literally getting to appointments like maybe 5 minutes before. And then my mom was like, no, ma'am, you need 30 minutes. I'm like, 30? What I'm going to do? I'm going to just be twiddling my fingers. But like you said, understanding and respecting your client's time.
Exactly.
I had to learn that. So it's like, for me, now that I'm a mom and now that I'm a fiance, it forces me, like, I have to have dinner ready at a certain time. I have to have her to sleep by a certain time. Homework got to be done by a certain time. I have to be done working to go get her. Like, I love it because it's so organized, and I could just see forth, like, what life gonna be like just when I'm in my big house, driving a car I want to drive, and time won't be an issue. Because if time continues to be an issue in your life, I feel like it's over.
Right.
It's over.
And that's a big part of business branding and understanding, like, structure is everything. Like, you got to have everything lined up so it can go in order. And when everything seems to go in order, you have an actual system to go by. And when that system is in place, everything runs very, very smoothly, guys. That's right. So I got a question that I specifically want to ask myself, because I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I really want to know, like, because I always want to know other people's, what's the biggest obstacle that you faced in entrepreneurship? I'm talking about just if you got to take a deep breath, take a 1 minute to think, like, what's the biggest that made you want to be like, I don't know if I want to do this. Man, I feel like giving up. Is this really real? Like, what's the biggest obstacle that you faced?
Ooh, you coming with the heavy hitters. So I would have to say team building, like being the one to make those calls and knowing when to make those calls. Like, for me, when you're looking at your business, you got to know how to identify who do I need right there, and like what do they need to know how to do?
Right.
And that to me was hard because my business started going up. I made $100,000 in 8 months organically when I first started coaching.
Right.
I desperately needed help at that moment, but I wasn't prepared. I didn't think I was going to make $100,000 in 8 months of starting a coaching business. So when it happened, I saw gaps, but I didn't know how to fill them. So then I started getting into mentorship because like the thing is, if you don't know what to fill in those gaps, you may fill it with the wrong thing. So it's just like, for me, the hardest thing has to be team building and knowing how to make that call that's not going to cost you, because I can say, oh, I need a project manager, but it may not have been a project manager I need. I probably just needed an executive assistant. So now I'm paying a project manager thousands of dollars when really I just needed an exec. So it's kind of like really knowing like, okay, this gap is here and what I need to fill it with. And then I have to say my second obstacle is those boundaries in business. Like I feel like not setting boundaries have costed me major in business, like boundaries with clients, boundary with team, boundaries with anybody you deal with in business, like everything. And I feel like for me, I'm very outgoing. I love to, I'm a people's person, and I'm also a people's pleaser. So I try to, make you feel comfortable, but I also understand with feeling comfortable, you don't have to, like, it's not up to you to go beyond your boundaries just to make somebody feel comfortable. Exactly. So it's like, I'm gonna make you feel comfortable because comfort is actually in my SOPs. Like I have that's one of my core values. I want to make you feel comfortable. But if it's going to cost me to move outside of my boundaries, that's where the line draws. And now we got to make each other comfortable. So I feel like that's one of the biggest obstacles I had to face, was really setting those boundaries, no matter if you a nice person, if you sweet, if you don't want anybody to be mad. Because the thing is, people going to respect you from the boundaries. I never realized that until I put them in place. And I'm like, oh, wow, I don't get any texts after 5 o'clock because I enforce that don't call me, don't text me at the 5 o'clock. So it has to be team building and boundaries. Those are like the two hardest things in entrepreneurship.
And you heard it from, of course, the marketing guru herself. And that's something that you can take in, like, hey, this is something that you want to set in place. Now, obviously, in life, when we're building and we're looking for the right team and we're looking for the right people, I was just a few days ago talking to a person that's a multi-millionaire, almost a billionaire, and he was saying, my fiance thought he said he had 75 employees, but I heard him. He said he had 775 employees. But he started off the company by himself first. Yes. He told me he went to a Home Depot. He got a mop. He got a vacuum. He got a broom. He got a bucket. And he started his cleaning company from there. And it grew from there. But we was asking him business tips, like, how is you at this level that you at? Of course, he's way older than we are because, with age comes wisdom, obviously. So I like to learn from older people that actually knows, a little bit about the industry, a lot, matter of fact, about the industry, a lot about entrepreneurship. So I said, what is the best advice that you can give me? And one of the most important advice that he actually gave me is like, if you look around at your team and you're the smartest person on your team, it's time to change your team.
Doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong. And I started swallowing my spit. I'm like, hold on, wait. You honestly is saying, yes, look at my team, evaluate my team, which is also my circle. If you're the smartest person on your team, you're the smartest person on your circle. It's time for you to change that thing up, because that's what's causing you to be depressed, be stressed, overwork yourself. But if you got somebody that's, hey, I'm going to take that weight off of you. Yes. I got this. You go ahead and go home. I got this. I'm going to show you my all. And he also let me know, like, hey, I did this because, I now give my employees bonuses. I give them promotions. He showed us how his employees run Mercedes and G-Wagons and, Bentleys and things like that. But he drives a Fiat every day. He said, I'm comfortable with how I'm living. He said, they're on salary and they know they're getting bonuses. Of course, they're younger, so they want to live that life. He said, but I'm at the point to where I understand, like, hey, I'm there, like, and I'm ready to live. And he's living. That's exactly what he's doing. And he only comes in to his business every Tuesday and Wednesday, and the rest of the week he's off. And he said sometimes he don't even have to find himself coming in every Tuesday and Wednesday. So this is a key point for you guys. Evaluate your circle. Be the smartest one on your team. It's time to change things up. And a lot of times it's hard to find good people. When you're building, it's hard to find really good people to deal with, to trust. Loyalty is everything. You know, it's hard to find loyalty because every time you're building a company or a brand or anyone see you doing anything, oh, I can do that. But they don't realize what you went through to get to where you at. Everybody seems like, wow, I'm at the top, but how did she get to the top? What happened at those staircases below that? What did she go through to get to where she at now? She had to go down to those levels to get to the top, you know? So a lot of people don't understand, like, you go through a lot to get to the level that you are. But looking in from the outside and looking in from like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, it looks like everybody's life is all perfect. But if you really knew the real glitz and glams and you really knew the heartaches, the late night crying, the God, I just posted this class and it's only 2-3 days for the class and I ain't sold out yet. You know what? God is only testing our faith, number one. And it's a part of believing and knowing that it's gonna happen. And I like to always inspire my guests, my girls, my guys, everybody that's watching. Like, faith comes from believing. You have to believe and know it's going to happen. Whether you can see it or not, you got to believe it, you know? So that's one thing I learned from a millionaire. Like, checking your circle. If you're the smartest one in your circle or on your team, it's time to change that thing up. And that's something that he woke me. I didn't even realize that myself. I was like, dang, I'm always coming up with ideas. I'm always being creative. I'm always doing crazy stuff. Like, I come in my office and just be creating things. And I be like, how did I even come up with that? Because obviously you're the smartest one on your team. You know, so it's time to change things up. So if I can understand it, it's time for me to change things up. Guys, reevaluate your circle. It might be time for you to change things up so that you can go to that next level in life.
Yeah, I love that. I just had that realization. I'm so happy you said that. I take things as signs. Like, I just was talking about that to my friend. Like, girl, I am about to hire. I'm about to work with. I have one intern, but I want to work with another one because I want two. And she was saying, like, intern, girl, you need to, okay, you could teach them how to think like you, but you need to get somebody that's already better than you. And I was like, better than me? And she was like, yeah, like, you need to get somebody that's better than you at marketing, launching, and understanding the ropes. And I was like, bet, like, that's all. She already got a successful, like, super successful agency. So I'm like, yeah, if you saying that, I know that's probably. And she was like, I literally have somebody that is smarter than me. She comes up with the concepts, the strategy, and all I do is approve. I'm like, oh. So it's like I built the brand, the face of it, where people know my face. And now it's time for me to get out there and bring more people into the brand. But it's not, from what she's saying, it doesn't seem like now I need to keep being the one where I'm the only one coming up with strategy, the vision, the, you know, stuff like that. It should be somebody to be like, Monae, I don't like that. We gonna do this.
There you go.
So I'm looking for that. That's a sign. I think that's real.
Yeah. It's definitely real. Another question. One of the hot seat questions I like to ask. Hot seat, hot seat, hot seat. Ding, 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 ding. I need you to ring that fire on this one. What's the most you made in one day?
Ooh, I've made 12,000 fourth quarter of last year. I onboarded 3 clients. Like, I'm gonna work harder, smarter, not harder. Right. And I onboarded 3 clients in one day. I made 12,000 in that day, and within that week, I had already got up to about 40,000 because it was Black Friday time. So anytime it's Q4, Black Friday, the girls gonna come in and they gonna run to me. So definitely, 12K.
Y'all hear that? And she's a marketing guru. 12K in one day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of doctors and lawyers not doing that in one day. Let me ask you a question. Do you got a college degree?
Yes, I have a bachelor's in sociology.
Wow. But what about marketing? You just learned that over time.
So I didn't learn that from my bachelor's, but my minor was in business and not marketing, but what was it? The public relations. So it kind of all ties together. But even if you go look at jobs that people can get with a sociology degree, marketing is there. Like marketing comes and is I'm guessing
you can do a little bit of PR as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's under there too as well. If you look at under my degree, like PR is under there, all of that, because it ties in with knowing, like being updated with sociology is like being updated with the trends, and but also knowing like what's going on in the world. So but my field of sociology dealt with kids. However, I did go through like marketing classes and things of that nature, but a lot of this is of my paid mentorships that I done invested in over the years, and just me being thorough. Like when I first got into marketing and really learning things, like I remember I used to always watch during the pandemic, the whole pandemic, I used to set my daughter up in front of the screen, the TV, with her little snacks, and she used to watch Coco Melon, and I used to be at the table watching Social Proof. Every single day, all day, I was watching like 3 episodes a day. I was taking notes because these is people who was millionaires already on his podcast. So I'm like, okay. So I'm not watching, my bad, listening. I was listening, taking notes, and with doing that and just reading books, I literally taught myself things, because a lot of things that's in books people ain't gonna read anyway.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm younger. Like I really want to know how to do this. I don't want to just be good on the outside, but when you come work with me, it's like, she don't know what she doing.
Exactly.
So I really took that time. I took about 30 days to only pour into my cup. I did not do a service. I didn't sell a product. Nobody even knew I was coming out with marketing. I just was really filling up my cup. And then when it came down to it, I started doing coaching calls, and I got clients who they couldn't even make $2,000 a year before working with me. They made $2,000 in 1 week with working with me. So I have clients who did $100K.
Y'all better be booking. I don't know what y'all waiting on.
$100K in a quarter.
But
like
I need y'all to be booking with Monae for marketing, branding, for helping you guys take your brand to that next level, because scared money don't make no money.
Yep.
And that's period.
I agree.
I said it. You heard it from the goat's mouth.
I agree.
Another question I got to ask, like, at 15-year-old, what would you tell your 15-year-old self today?
Ooh,
like, what would you like be like, okay.
9th grade.
And now look at you, you're a marketing coach. You're on the big screens. Not the little one, baby, the big ones.
Yes. If I could tell my 15-year-old self anything, it would be to not be worried about fitting in. Like, I was new to Georgia. I was from Jersey. I wasn't, Georgia is different. They quicker. They more advanced up here. They clicked up. So when I got here, it just wasn't easy to fit in. And I was getting
when they
into
made
high
that
school,
song, "Turn Your Click Up, Dog." That's for real. Like, you got to be cliquish in Georgia to actually, be at the top, or really to make it, or to look good, or to fit in. I tell God, you take me where you want me to take me. When you ask Him, every part of your direction is way different from everyone else. So that's one thing. And that was in
high school. So it's still the case now. Like, they was clicked up back then. But really, I would just say, like, don't be so pressed to fit in and to be with the it girls, because one thing I realized after high school, baby, it don't matter. Like, I'm lit now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be an adult for longer than I was a child.
Exactly.
So it's just like, I'm not even lit off of just looks, but I'm lit off of my impact. Like, impact is big to me. I was telling my mom this the other day. I don't really care to be known off of my looks, how I dress, but I am known because of my impact, because of how much I impact others to want to just be better and motivate other people. I don't really care to just be an empty bag of chips. Like, I look good on the outside, but it ain't nothing inside of it. So, I would just tell my 15-year-old self, don't try to fit in, and to also not worry. Because I think around that time, like, you're in high school, you're getting in high school, 9th grade, 10th grade, you worry. Like, you like, dang, is anybody gonna like me? Or, especially if you're not the cutest, or if you ain't got the boys all up on you, you like, what's going on? If you ain't on the cheer team, like, I got on the cheer team 10th grade, but 9th grade, I was worried. I'm like, dang, like, am I lit for real? Like, I don't really know. So just to not worry, because none of that really matters. All in all, God puts you on this path where you have to go through every single thing you have to go through to get to where you want to go. So it's just like, if I never was the one that was left out in high school, if I never was the one who didn't fit in, I would still be trying to fit in. But now I realize it ain't even about fitting in. It's more so about me making my own, like, circle of people who I influence and I impact. that's bigger to me. So.
Right. Love that. Love those gems. That's right. What is marketing and what is branding? This is a question I get asked all the time because a lot of people don't understand the difference between marketing and branding. Those are two different hands, ladies. Yes. Two different ones. That's right. You heard it from here first. What is your aspect of marketing and branding?
Yes. So branding comes first and foremost. I tell people that all the time. If your branding is not in place, please don't come to me trying to market. Because if you come to me, I'm just going to send you to my brand strategist because I actually work with a brand strategist in my agency. So branding is more so creating that identity. It's more so what is it that you want people to remember when they see you, remember when they hear you. Exactly. What do you look like? What is your appearance? Marketing is more so once you get that image, you are now maximizing it. You putting it on billboards. You putting it on ads. You doing events. You are having different packages if you sell a product.
That's right.
You doing campaigns. Now when I see that campaign, it doesn't look like who that. I already know that girl because she's built her brand up to where it's easy to be it's easy for me to recognize her. So when you try to market prematurely before branding, you waste a lot because marketing is expensive. So you waste a lot of money on marketing because people cannot identify you. So now you're running them ads, but ain't nobody clicking because they don't even know who you are. Exactly. So you got to build up that awareness. And that's why, like, a lot of people, they want to rush. They want that instant gratification, that microwave success. It ain't going to work. Not with marketing and branding. You actually have to brand yourself. And I feel like you do an amazing job at that.
I love marketing and branding. Even when my students come to my class and I'm training or clients come and be like, how did you do it? I said, I always look around at Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, the big logos, Publix, whatever brand it is big. And I understand, like, if you take away the store and you only give me that logo, I know what it stands for. You still know what it is. So when you see the big B's or when you see Boston
that black and gold,
you know what it means. And that's why I kept my colors. Like, you know what it means. You know, oh, she's coming and I'm coming real serious. Like branding, marketing is key. Like I did billboards. I tried that for years. It's okay. But those cars that's wrapped outside, do numbers. When I'm in traffic and they see those cars with that logo, beep, 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 thumbs up, like, that's a plus for me. I like that. Like,
you see, you found what works for you too. Like, that is a part of marketing that works. Some people think just because a certain marketing strategy or tactic works for me, it's gonna work for them. It may not work for for you.
Exactly.
But your cars work better than billboards. But some people billboards work better than a car wrap.
Right.
So that's a pointer to take too, because it's not one size fit all. It's not. Like, marketing is so far from one size fit all. I be stressed trying to tell people that, like, girl, you can't do what she did.
Right. Exactly. And they'll send you their stuff and be like, let me try this. And everything ain't for everybody. Yeah. Just like in one of my marketing journals or planners that I give away complimentary. I have in there the staircase to success. But in that staircase to success, it also lets you know, like, hey guys, it's a staircase to success. It's not an elevator. A lot of people looking for that one button you press, boom, you go up and I'm already there. It doesn't happen like that. That staircase is hard. You go up, you fall back down. Yep. But guess what? God gave us the vision and the opportunity to use also a ramp. That ramp has support. It has a handle on it. It has something for you to actually use to help you get to that next level. So when you find yourself struggling with that staircase, use the ramp. That ramp will help you get to that next level.
I agree.
And that's a marketing strategy you can use. Hey, if these 12 steps of this success that I thought I could take, marketing, branding, promotion, advertise, if that didn't work for you, try the slow way, which is the ramp. It may take a little longer, but it's okay because you got a little support. And in life, when you're building your business, or you're building a brand, you're building a show, well, whatever it is you're building, you're selling cars, whatever it is, because it's so many levels of entrepreneurship in this world. Whatever you're doing, if you really just sit back and trust the process and realize, like, it's not gonna come fast. Anything comes fast ain't gonna last. So you gotta really sit back and understand, like, dang, it's a working process to get to this level. And if God put me here, he's going to get me to here.
Yep.
It's always a process with everything in life.
Yeah.
And you really just have to trust the process.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Another question that I have for you is, with marketing and branding, what made you go in a different direction when you're launching for like campaigns and things like that of marketing? Like, what made you specifically just deal with campaigns? Like,
yes, so
because I understand campaigns brings a lot of money, a lot of revenue.
A lot of money.
Like, it takes a lot of work, but it brings ching ching those coins in. Like,
yeah, for me, it was a thing of weeding out because I'm like, if you are going to commit to launching this campaign, I know you're serious about your business.
Right.
I was running into a lot of people who they just knew the word marketing, it was connected to me, so they just like, hey, I want to work with you. But for me, like, I really have, not only do I have a good team behind me now, but I also have a good creative brain myself, where when it's time to put together those campaigns, next level, out the park. And for me, like, I like to use the gifts that I was blessed with. So I'm like, I'm not about to keep playing small and only doing, oh, let's work on your content. Like, yeah, we can work on your content, but let's launch something. Let's really, launch something that is going to help bring in some revenue. So I'm really big on ROI as well. Like, you have to get your return working with me. I'm not really one of them that's like, oh, well, you ain't do what you, unless you really ain't do what you was supposed to do. But if we really was working hard and you ain't get your return, we gonna figure it out. So it's like, for me, the best way to make sure that I was in control and the client was able to get the ROI is to just cover the whole launch. Because when you have somebody like, oh, I got a graphic designer. Oh, I have somebody on emails. I have this. But then they don't do it the same quality as what you are envisioning.
Definitely.
It's like you don't have it. So I feel like entrepreneurship, the whole thing is just a mindset. And I kept getting people with the mindset of they just want to do stuff quick and they just want to pay less for more. And I was like, I know if you coming to me for launch, you already know what that ticket look like. And I know that I can deliver. So I have a campaign manager. I have a copywriter. I have a graphic designer. I have virtual assistants. I have systems. I have marketing. Like, we all there and we bring it all together. So now at the time of that launch, we even, like, we got creative direction. We putting your mood board together. You're not alone during the launch. I feel like launching is one of the hardest things to do as an entrepreneur. But I feel like it's something that's so fun to me as a entrepreneur, a marketing strategist, an agency owner. Like, it's so fun to just see those numbers just continue, the subscribers. Like, it's like a rush. I love it. So I just went with what I like. I wasn't scared to niche down anymore, because I used to be scared, because I'm like, man, I could do anything. I could help a truck driver market. But I realized, like, I have to get to something specific where I can really show my power in launching. Answer all of my prayers. I am having a blast.
Love it. Love that so much. That was so much, informative information that, I took in myself, because I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm not the person that's going to sit here and be like, oh, she's just like, no, I'm going to take in everything that comes to me, because I'm not going to sit and say I know it all, because I don't know it all. I'm still in the process of growing and learning. And it's a process when you're actually growing and learning. And you just drop some when I say gems to the girls, you drop some gems to the girls. And if they don't take the notes and take this in heed and realize, like, hey, she's told a story of, she started off with lashes, she switched off from lashes to marketing, and, she's made this much money. You told a story. And one thing I've learned in life, like, all of us actually have stories. Like, we have stories. And people are sometimes scared to often tell their stories. They're worried about, oh, if you're black or you're white, was you rich or you're poor? Like, what actually happens behind that? Damn all of that. Tell your story. Because you might motivate or inspire that next person. You might give that next person hope that if she did it, I can do it. And that's the purpose of Bossing Up with Lex Winning Win Wednesdays. We motivate, we inspire, and we tell you, like, keep going, keep pushing. And you working with nobody but the winning team. That's right. Bossing Up with Lex. We're checking in today with Monae. That's right, the marketing guru. And it's words from the boss.
Bye.